Hi everyone. So I'm recording this the same day that I recorded the Brian Stelter video. So I've been trying to get past this, but I'm so distracted because it says, according to traditional belief, it was fatal to look directly at divinity. And I'm stuck on this because this is so true in my experience, and I wanted to explain why and what those moments were about. So I have two experiences that I distinctly remember where I wanted to look and I didn't. I wasn't allowed to, and then whenever I had the option, I didn't do it. So when I think about my first vision that I ever had, this is before I could walk or talk. I was a newborn, and I was trying to look not just at my guardian angels, but like the higher beings, archangels, and trying to kind of like energetically ride on them, kind of like follow them like a string, their energy cord, to try and reach God. And I kept being pushed away, like being told, no, I'm not supposed to do that because it'll mess everything up. And they were a lot more sensitive to me, a lot softer to me, because I still was more of spirit than I was of human, of body, because you know, newborns, babies are the closest to spirit, the closest to God and beyond than anyone here on earth, right? They're newly here. And so what I see of how it would ruin things is because it's not possible. It's not energetically possible to look at an entity of such a pure origin. Energetically, it's too high. It's too fast vibrationally that it could disrupt the internal system of the human body, the human mind. And the other time that I witnessed this was when I was in my 20s, and an archangel I saw represented as light. It was a yellow golden light intervening me and my guardian angels. And when the archangel appeared, I didn't know. I didn't have these terms back then. And so I knew it was a higher being, and my initial response and my guardian angel's initial response was direct obedience. It was just innate. It was natural to bow our heads, look away. Not just me, my guardian angels did it as well, to look away and and be in silence. It was like silence of my mind and silence of my voice, in quotations, because there was discussions occurring, and so it was just direct, immediate obedience to this higher being. And as this being was communicating with my guardian angels, and I could sense that they were transferring, like I'm saying they're transferring of energy because they were communicating with each other, but it was on a different vibration than I could be. I could interpret what my guardian angel was saying towards the archangel. But as that was occurring, I started kind of like becoming a little bit more curious, a little bit more mischievous, and like, I'm gonna look at this archangel. I'm gonna look at this being. I didn't call it an archangel. I'm gonna look at this being. I'm gonna look at him. And I could feel them like downloading information to my head, like communicating to me, but it was like very different of like, you better not do it. like I'm not gonna stop you. You have free will to do what you want, but I'm just letting you know you shouldn't do it. Like that's your choice. That's your choice. But you're not gonna just like sneakily do it. Like we're gonna know. I'm gonna know. So you do what you feel is right for you. And I did not look. I did not look at the archangel. So, that's that. Now, it says to look directly at divinity in this context. And so with regards to that, I feel the entities beyond even the archangels, because I believe, it's my belief, although I have not physically in quotations, I have not seen the archangels themselves like represented as a being, I do believe that they've shown themselves when necessary, you know, in whatever context they needed to people. But there are beings higher than them, higher than the archangels, but it's more of like, it kind of, what it feels like is like just kind of like energy output from God. Like it's God himself. I'm not sure. It's kind of like, it just kind of looks like waves to me. It's kind of hard to even conceptualize for me, so maybe I'm just not ready to know this. But I do feel that the reason, like, it's fatal to look, because that, again, the clashing, it would short circuit the body. You would not be able to do that, no matter how enlightened you are as a human. Like, even if you are one of these top tier people that, you know, are I'm not talking about in biblically, I'm just talking about like worshipped people, or like people who are of such high caliber, like saints and everything. I do not believe, it's not my belief, from what I feel and what I've experienced and what I've seen, that they have ever seen God. They have ever been able to see that. It's not possible. You would have to actually be fully in spirit, of spirit, to get closer to that, or that to be revealed to you. I mean, the closest you would ever have seen would be, for example, Jesus, right? In order for God to communicate on a level that we can all translate, and the people around him can understand, was through a human, right? So he incarnated himself as a human being in order to be the translator of what he's saying. Like, Jesus was God himself, not just the Son of God, the direct Son of God, like a descendant of God. It is God represented as a human being. That is his voice, that is his journey, that is his that was God revealing that you can possess free will and choose else. You could choose something else. That's like a whole nother story. I'm just thinking about what I see with that. But I just wanted to mention that. I just wanted to talk about that. And I'll even talk about my personal visions that I had in subsequent videos. So I thought that was interesting that it mentioned that. That kind of tripped me up. I was very surprised at that. So anyway, that's it. Bye.